Hello and welcome to the Overly Animated Podcast, where we take animation seriously. We talk animated shows and movies here, especially Miraculous, Ladybug. Find everything about us at overlyanimated.com. I'm your host, Dylan Hysen, and today I'm joined by Delaney Stovall.
Hey, y'all.
And April Collins.
Hi there.
The Ladybug crew is here to kick off our Season 6 Miraculous Ladybug coverage. The premiere kind of Season 6
Just
was
not
quote unquote.
episode the premiere in aka in Ladybug terms episode 2 aired today in the US, and we are going to talk about it despite it being episode 2. So if you have not watched, listen to this beginning part so that you can kind of decide what you're going to do, but we're not going to immediately launch into spoilers here. I'm going to tell you when spoilers start. So basically, we heard, and overlyanimated.com. If you're new to this, we've been covering Ladybug for 10 years. And it's season 6.
Literally.
So go find 10 years of our Ladybug podcast. Okay. So like a month ago, we hear, okay, the Disney US is going to do the world premiere of, now actually Gloob ended up undercutting Disney US by like a few hours.
Classic.
Which is hilarious.
Typical Gloob behavior. But it was the same episodes. That's okay. They're like the US has never gotten a Ladybug world premiere. I mean, like a handful of times. It almost always airs somewhere else. So I'm like, wow, like weekly premieres of Ladybug in order. We're gonna cover it. We're gonna definitely talk about premiere in English.
It's gonna be amazing.
We scheduled a podcast, and then it's like, oh, actually, it's not gonna be episode 1. It's gonna be episode 2. So we watched it. Yeah, typical. Now, Disney US aired all of season 5 in order, so this was surprising. I suspect episode 1 is just not completed for another month, and either they're compelled or feel like starting to air the season anyway. So we watched episode 2, and honestly, I will tell you, if you've not watched it, there's no obvious spoilers for episode 1. There is no obvious missing context. It does work as a premiere. I mean, I'll ask that to Delaney and April. But it like at the very least kind of works as a premiere. And maybe we'll get additional context from episode 1, but also maybe not. So I would, if you want to like listen to the podcast, watching this, and I think it's fine. Our plan tentatively is just this one, and then we'll kind of wait for episode 1 to air before doing another podcast. We'll see if we change our minds, but like they're going to air 3, 4, 5, and then 1. So we might just wait for 1. We might just wait for 1 to air and then do 4 at once. Because we really don't like doing it out of order, but it's very exciting to actually have the premiere here and have it in our country. And so we're gonna do season 6 episode 2. I promise if you like really like that we aired in order, this isn't some big betrayal. It's really not a big deal. That I think unless episode 1 comes out, maybe we'll see. But Delaney, April, do you guys agree? Kind of works as a premiere. Did you feel like anything was super missing?
Oh.
Other than the one part we're going to talk about. No, I don't really think so. I think it's fine. I don't think anything's like egregious.
Okay. Yeah. There's one part where some characters are interviewing characters, and you think, oh, are they interviewing something that happened in episode 1? But then they interview multiple characters, so it couldn't have all been in episode 1. Some stuff must have been off screen. Maybe all of it was off screen. Or actually, I've heard some people talking about it might have been something from the next episode, so I don't understand that. I've already heard people speculate episode 3 takes place before episode 2. So honestly,
what?
Who cares? Okay, so there you go. We're going to start to get into spoilers here for the Illustrator, which they just say Illustrator in the episodes, right? I don't feel like it. I feel like this
they
little
don't
girl
do like the emphasis, like
like
the title suggests.
Yeah. I don't think the little... Okay, so we're going to get... I said spoilers already. Spoilers starting now for the Illustrator. And the first spoilers, I don't think the little child wanted Hater in her villain name.
No, I don't think so. Also, okay. All right, we're starting off strong. We are akumatizing a baby. Yeah. All right.
Par for the course.
That's how you know. That's why it's really a true villain or a true season premiere for Ladybug.
No, I want you to know that as soon as they introduced the little girl, I messaged Jill and April and I was like, "We're akumatizing the baby," and I was correct. And it's just like Lila's really living up to Hawkmoth's legacy and akumatizing a baby.
Yeah. Okay. So we couldn't get last
also,
warning for
shock. As per usual, this is all Marinette's fault. Classic.
Okay. So speaking of Delaney, what did you think of this episode? And what are you thinking so far of season 6?
So, I actually really like the new animation. I really like it. I want to touch everyone's hair. I do still think Adrienne's hair is like wrong, but it's fine. Alia is so beautiful. I just keep staring at her every time she's on screen. Oh, funnily enough, my wife was like, "Are there people who ship Alia and Marinette?" And I was like, "Yeah, it's me." So that was funny.
Wait, did Tanya just ask that after you've been shipping, talking about Marinette and Alia for
about...
Right? I was like, my wife forgets things. It's fine. But we were walking the dog and just talking, and I was like, "Oh, right, there's the new animation style," and she's like, "Oh, okay," and I was explaining why, and then she's like, "Oh, send me a picture so I can see." And my wife was asleep most of the day because she works night shift, but so I showed her a video on Twitter, and then she was like, "Oh, this is very different." And then it was Marinette and Alia. So that's when she was like, "Oh, so do people like ship?" I was like, "Me, I ship Marinette and Alia." And she's like, "Oh." It's like, "Why are you shocked that your gay wife ships Marinette and Alia? Like, where have you been?" Like,
were you thinking that was a big Maralia scene at the end, Delaney?
Absolutely. I mean, the whole episode. I think at the beginning it's very Maralia. I think at the end, it's really funny. Like they're dating, like they have boyfriends, but like they're in love with each other. It's fine. What else? I just generally really like this episode. I did pause a lot because I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die because Marinette is like so embarrassing. And like basically I could see what was gonna happen before it happened, and I had to like deal with that like foreknowledge before it happened. Like this but I did enjoy this episode. I think it was a good premiere. I think it worked really well. Um Especially for as a like a new villain premiere. I think it was really good. Yeah.
And we know it's not the actual premiere, so we'll talk about that when we see episode.
Well, obviously we'll see like when we get the real premiere, but like this serves fine. Like I'm not like I'm not like I wasn't like mad or anything. Oh, also so Dylan and April, no, I'll tell the audience. So leading up to the premiere, I've been really stressed because as per usual, Ladybug like causes me stress, and I've had a nightmare that Marinette and Adrienne weren't dating anymore. And it was a really bad nightmare. Like it was horrible. And it was also like, so I was like watching the show basically, like, and then like, so that happened. And then I like had to go somewhere else to finish watching the episode, but then I like got kicked out or whatever. And I was like mad. Like I woke up so mad. Like they broke up. I couldn't watch the episode, which I've had other nightmares where I can't watch the episode. Like
this is what Ladybug's airing schedule and us having to find episodes from other countries. Delaney has actual trauma from it. Yeah,
like I have literal PTSD. Like I have nightmares about this. I do also have good dreams about Ladybug. To be clear, like sometimes I'm Ladybug, sometimes I'm just there, but like it's like it's all the time. I'm like, Delaney was making fun of me. She's like, "You have dreams." I'm like, "I've been watching this for 10 years. Yes, I have Ladybug dreams." Like it's fine.
Such a key part of our lives now.
Oh, yes.
Delaney, Maralia podcast number 233, overly animated.
Yeah.
You, me, and Justin, August 14th, 2016. So yes, we've been talking about Maralia for almost 10 years.
I was a sophomore in college.
I don't know how you pull that. I mean, I guess like
wait. Well, it was 2016. What month was it?
August. So it was the summer.
So yeah, so actually it was I was a junior and I was talking to Tanya.
Oh wow. And you didn't talk to her about Maralia to
No,
flirt?
we were talking about soccer. That is our origin, is women's soccer.
Okay. That's nice.
So we started dating that September.
Oh, wow.
This July we will have been married 5 years.
Wow. Congratulations. All Ladybug predates.
Ladybug predates.
That's ridiculous.
Relationships.
Okay.
It really does. It's ridiculous.
April, what do you think of the Illustrator?
I think that as like I guess a premiere episode, it definitely holds very well. I am in love with the new animation. Like, you can't. I can't be upset about it because everything just looks so pretty. And I will say that it's funny because I watched it like as it was airing on Disney Channel this morning, and they were playing the London special like just before it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so you were like, it was like right.
And so like the contrast between like the London special, like no offense, like Ladybug animation has always been really good. But it's very distinct, right? But like this is better.
Interesting. Okay.
So like again, like there was nothing ever wrong with like the animation before, but like this is better. It looks so good. Like the contrast is so very stark, and I'm like, it was almost like I don't like very startling, shocking a little bit. But I had so much fun this entire episode. Like we have cringe Marinette. We have Ollie and Marinette being best friends. We have Adrian just doing his thing. Like this.
How many pauses, April and Delaney?
Well, I got commercial breaks, so
okay, you're watching live, so you have the natural pause.
The natural pauses, which
Delaney,
I needed.
Did you pause?
What?
Did you pause, Delaney?
Oh my god, I paused like at least 5 times, if not more. Yeah, there were lots of pauses.
So
I'm just like the whole time.
Yeah. Continue, April.
Oh no, this was great. I hate that I love this so much, but I love the like villain I guess sequence, if that makes sense, where like Lila is like talking to the person that's going to be akumatized. They're in that like space, and I love that there's like more details in like features. Like for example, like whenever like Hawkmoth would like talk to the people, they'd have like that like butterfly outline on their eyes, but like now it like looks like actual butterfly wings, and I'm like, this is great. And also I hate Lila, but she's so smart by doing like the voice layering thing and like not necessarily having a face or like a body, like she's obviously like a humanoid I would say humanoid, but like there's no like distinct features to her.
She's not just like evil. I think, and granted, I'm not sure how happy I'm going to be if they do this, but I think she might have like multiple personalities.
DID.
I also had that question. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I think we might be like
that.
She's not just evil. She's also mentally unwell. Is that it?
Like straight up mentally unwell. Like I'm like, are you okay?
But like, I don't know. I mean, there's. Every episode's not perfect, but I have very like few complaints about this episode, and I think like all of like my complaints are more like me being like this show versus like this show. So, but
the first is just Ladybug always, yeah. Nice. Yeah, I thought it was a fun first look at season 6. I thought this was particularly embarrassing. The first
oh, absolutely
5-6 minutes, maybe it was almost 10 minutes of the episode. Yeah, it's definitely a big secondhand embarrassment. I mean, I think like we go right into this plot of Marinette doesn't know how to act with Adrian in a relationship, and I think it's a little frustrating at first because they've been dating for over half of season 5. You know, so I was a little bit frustrated by that, but it's like, okay, we're doing like we've talked about in this podcast a lot. I want them to explore the space of them dating, and this is a concept like of them dating and
beggars can't be choosers, I guess.
So it's probably the most uninteresting them dating type of plot they could have done. So I wasn't, you know, but also it's like, oh, I guess it feels like they just got together at the end of season 5. That's not what happened.
Yeah.
It's very funny that we're like, oh, Lila's gonna be so much smarter than Gabriel. She won't akumatize children. Like, no, immediately.
Straight up akumatize the baby immediately.
I almost wonder if they did that for us.
I think so. They say that was like animated at some point. It was close. It was close to. They could have said it was overly animated. They could have said that.
The next victim is going to be the mayor's baby.
Yeah. Apparently the mayor got akumatized. No, that actual like infant, like
actual.
Well, no, the mayor got akumatized. Remember, it was like the Super France episode.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
but right.
they interview her again here, and she says she's referring to Lila akumatized her. So
it's true.
I believe she does get it. She either gets akumatized in episode 1 or it happens off screen.
Okay.
I wonder if. Well, I mean, we already kind of speculated that that's what happens in episode 1, and I wonder if maybe there were 2 akumatized villains in episode 1. We can talk about this later.
Yeah, maybe. And as I alluded to, they interview who people say is the akumatized villain from next episode, so I don't really I don't really get how that makes sense.
Well, I don't know, because no, I don't know. Don't listen to me. My brain's not fully functioning.
I mean, Ladybug's brain is not fully
Which they might just have done something like in the break between season 5 and season 6. A bunch of people got akumatized because that's what happened.
Right. That's right. So this could have been a premiere, and they could have been doing it during the break. So I love the scene with Marinette and Ollie at the end with the she makes her deputy Ladybug. I think that's a great scene. I don't think anything in this episode is like advancing the plot. So I should say that. I think it does feel like we're resetting a little bit back to a little bit more of an episodic pace. I mean, we haven't seen another episode, so we don't really know yet. But this isn't the breakneck speed in which we were on in season 5. We're kind of chilling out now that we're in this new Ladybug arc.
Which makes sense. We gotta, we have a lot of stuff to do. I also enjoy that we get this really sweet scene, and then Tiki's like, I'm gonna throw up in Marinette's hand.
Yeah, but I think that's how the Quagatama last time. I think she barfed it out.
Yeah, she barfed.
Yeah, no, it's just so funny. Like Tiki's like, I'm gonna do my little dance and just throw up, and Ollie's like, what is happening?
It was great. That was a great scene. The animation. So I was definitely like very worried about the animation. Personally, like I love Ladybug's old animation. This is just an animation style preference. I love the more kind of like Ladybug realistic type of 3D looking animation Ladybug had, similar to Ruby's later animation. We talked about this in the off season a lot. I was very worried that this animation didn't look good. I will say, watching the full episode in motion, having polished it. It looked pretty great. So it looked so much better than we were worried about. I think generally all of the characters look good. I still definitely right now prefer the old animation. I don't think I don't think April's wrong for preferring the new animation. I think it's like a preference thing, right? And a lot of people a lot of animators might say that it's like better animated now. That's kind of separate from the stylistic choice or your preference. So I'm still getting used to this for sure. This episode did not. I was not like, oh, I'm totally in on the new animation. It was way better than I thought. It's gonna take me a long time to get used to. I really liked Ladybug's old style.
I didn't hate it, and I was glad I was able to watch the episode. And I was like, okay, I'm fine. This is fine. I was worried I was gonna have a bad reaction.
That's good. Me too.
I think that was my biggest concern was not liking the new animation, and that's probably why I'm so high on it too. Is because I was like, I don't hate this. I really enjoy this.
Valid.
They did lower expectations with the trailers and stuff. It's better than we thought.
I enjoy a lot of the character details now. Like Marinette's sparkly leggings and there's a lot that was some stuff that really popped out at me. Was a lot of the new details.
Her outfit does look a little different, yeah.
Her outfit's way different.
I guess she still has the same base shirt. I don't remember. We have to compare. All the characters look great. ... Except I do think Adrian is the big loser of the new animation style.
Yes, I agree. His hair is wrong. Maybe they could have given him a new outfit. I don't know.
I think it's something about the face and the hair. I think he looks
his
fine.
His hair is lacking volume.
Well, yeah, I think that that's I don't know, because it's I don't know how to best describe this. It's whenever I put my hair up in a ponytail, you can see how small my head is because there's nothing to create that, to fill in that space. And I think with the new animation and the way that his hair is, Like it's like they took the old and they were like, how do we best translate that into a more realistic hair?
I think the problem is that he has like anime boy hair, and they, instead of like trying to give him something that makes more sense, they were like, we're just gonna put anime boy hair on his head, and we're like, it's not working. Also, like, they gave Alia a new hairstyle. They could have done this for Adrian. Like,
yeah, but a few of the characters have slightly, at least different
people look different.
interpretation of styles.
And they were like, "Nah, here we're just going to copy and paste Adrian." I was like, "You could have done something.
you could have changed this." Well, even like, what is it? Ladybug has new hair, like kind of new hair, like with the red tips and everything like that. Like,
yeah. I mean, yeah, that's true. That's a nice detail. Yeah, so I think there's some shots, I don't know, like profile shots. I feel like of Adrian maybe like I particularly noticed. I didn't like it. Sometimes he looks fine. It's not a super big deal. It's just like Adrian's supposed to look so amazing, so he's kind of almost the ugliest character on the show now. It's kind of bad.
This is the new beauty standard of France. Gosh.
I guess so. I will say there are characters I was worried about from trailers and stuff, how they would look like Alia, but I thought Alia looked fantastic. I think almost everyone else looked fantastic. So it's really kind of just an Adrian problem. That being said, if you watch the end credits and the opening credits, we get to see the designs of characters that weren't in this episode.
Yes.
So if you scroll to the bottom, we have Felix and Kagami's design. I am not loving either of their hair either.
I like Kagami's hair.
Yeah, I was gonna say I like Kagami's hair. Felix's hair is it's like they tried to do the same thing with Adrian.
Well, he's Adrian, so it makes sense. Okay, I'll say to be determined. We haven't actually seen Kagami in hero form. But yeah, I mean Felix definitely questionable. But we have to see them in action.
Felix looks like a villain.
Well, we thought he was for a while, I guess.
But he's not anymore, right?
Yeah.
Right? I don't know.
We'll see.
Oh, no.
Another thing about the new animation style, like the villain had this like sketchbook effect when like she created stuff. I thought that looked fantastic in the new style.
I love the mixed styles like that.
Also, it was like the SpongeBob drawing episode. It was
yes.
It definitely looked
Doodle Bob.
It looked and there was a Gary looking snail too.
Yes.
But no, so most fears I think assuaged of the new style. Still would like to get used to it. Like personally, like just the like more chibi looking, more Disney. Like I don't know if you guys agreed, more Disney type 3D animation that this new style is.
Adrian looks like Elsa, which is a problem.
It's just not my cup of tea. I think most people, like most average people, think this looks better, right? Because they're conditioned from Disney movies. So I think maybe most people will like this, but it's really not my cup of tea. But I want to get used to it. I want to like it better. And relative to expectations, certainly kind of blew our expectations away in the first episode. So great job, all the animators.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't know how to tell you this, Dylan, but it's not going to go anywhere. We're stuck with this.
So exciting. Well, like, look, we're stuck with it, but we're not like the way we're processing it right now is not the way we'll process it in like 15 episodes. So we'll see how we think of it a little bit down the road.
I was gonna say, check back in with me in like 5 episodes, and we'll see how I feel.
Probably will only improve, assuming the animation's standards hold up.
I mean, we're spending all this time on episode 1, so
episode 1 better blow me away.
But I wonder, but also that kind of makes me, I say sad and worried at the same time, because remember how, like, whenever episodes would air out of order, it was because they were literally spending more time animating those episodes. And you could
typically the delayed episodes are like worse looking because they're having trouble with them. is kind of how it went a lot of times.
Yes, but there would be like random scenes in some of them too, where it was like, "Oh, you really took your time on this," and I can see that. So I wonder if like we're gonna get some form of that again. Which I mean,
I'll definitely miss SAMG Animation, the best Ladybug Korean animation company who did a lot of the best episodes. I'm gonna really miss but like we got an amazing send off with the reveal episode last season and the finale, and then the special even. So we had a lot of good stuff at the end. Let's talk about the dating stuff, I guess. What do you guys think of what I said about how Did it feel weird for you too that Marinette like does a note actor on Adrian? I mean, did we ever like see them too much time dating in season 5? You know,
that's the thing is, so season 5 we get the kiss, and then it's just like crazy stuff, crazy stuff, crazy stuff, crazy stuff. So I think this doesn't that they haven't really had time to like do coupley things because Gabriel was being super weird, and then he died, and so I think it makes sense. So I think when there's the big moments that matter, Marinette's fine. But then like the little stuff where she has time to think about it, that's the problem.
I guess that does kind of check out. So yeah, in season 5 they started dating around like episode 10. But you're right. Then Gabriel was like, "I forbid you," and he was controlling Adrian. And so there's and then there was like Chloe stuff, and then they kiss, and then the finale. So it was kind of a breakneck pace, and
it was like we're gonna kiss because Daddy is making me leave, and then it's like, oh my god, there was literally like it's literally so much. So I think that was like, so last season was like the big, oh my god, we love each other, moi, and then now we have to like deal, like now we're actually dating and we don't know what we're doing because we're 14. So
well, I was gonna say the other thing to like add to that too, I guess like Marinette's I don't know what to call it, anxiety about it all is because she, you know, they say in the episode part of the reason why she's handed out all of the Miraculouses to everyone else is so that she doesn't have to take care of all of the tiny and minute things, which leaves her, you know, like a bus might potentially fall into the river or you know what I mean? Like a cat's in the tree, whatever. So like things like that, like she doesn't have to necessarily handle anymore, which gives her more time to like, I guess, be a normal human. Yeah. And
she actually has time to date Adrian at a slower pace now.
Yeah. And so I wonder too if like her anxiety is coming from the fact that like, oh, like, yes, I don't have these things, but now I do have this time for my boyfriend. And I mean, they kind of like explore that in this episode too. Cause, you know, Ollie is like, are you avoiding like the situation? Like what's happening here?
And then also the as hinted at in the new opening, which is amazing, by the way, her secret anymore isn't just that she's Ladybug. She's lied to the whole world.
Yes.
And
true. Yeah, I need to watch the opening with that context.
Not only has she lied to the whole world, she's lied to Adrian.
Adrian, most importantly. All that angst, by the way, from the special, kind of gone here. So that's.
I feel like it's not. I don't think it's just.
I think the beginning
not gone internally.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I think it was beginning was very much kind of about that.
Okay, interesting. By the way, April mentioned things that happen in Paris. The cat's stuck in a tree, a bus falls into a river. Like that. So no, why is the bridge breaking a normal Paris occurrence? It broke without an akumatized villain like destroying it, and it's just like, oh, part of the bridge fell into the water. Why did that happen in Paris? That they
Paris
presented that like a normal thing.
But it can't handle all the new streetcars.
Yeah,
I think it would be on the news. I feel like if a chunk of a Paris bridge fell into the river, like what?
You would know what? Look, no one cares about bridges. Like, oh, the Notre Dame catches on fire. That's newsworthy.
Yeah,
but a bridge, no one cares.
I will say, I did watch a YouTube video where I think it was somewhere in Mexico or South America. There's like this person's like a part of the government, like the local government, and they're like, look, this like. There's a lot of cracking and stuff around this bridge, and then while they're filming this, the bridge literally collapses.
That's funny. I mean,
I hope no one was on the bridge.
I feel like okay, the bridge collapsed, but that like a chunk of the bridge, like in the middle, like what?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, that was the most. Honestly, that kind of I don't know. Like I'm like, is the tone right for that? Because it's like that's the type of thing that Ladybug like would be self-aware of and would be lampooning, and it felt like I don't know, was the episode even aware that was kind of stupid? I'm not sure. But
kind of got space. We didn't get space dumpsters, but we did have Ladybug doing garbage. So
that's true.
Yes, that was great.
She was loading up the garbage truck.
Ladybug stress.
The guy garbage. Being like, "What is going on?" Like he was really confused.
And he was like, "What? You guys are leaving me to do it on my own at the end?" That was a funny scene. I think these are good points about this dating plot line. I think like it would have felt better if it wasn't such a just like a tropey feeling. Like okay, I don't know how to spend time alone.
I will say it's kind of funny, as you know, someone who's watched Ladybug from the beginning and have gone through all these changes with Marinette, from Marinette going to like she can't even talk to him, to like now they're dating and she's still finding things to be anxious about. It's kind of funny.
Like Marinette, maybe the issue isn't that you don't know to talk to Adrian. Maybe the issue is you have anxiety, and you should.
She needs to go to the doctor.
For that.
You should. Yes, she needs to go to the doctor and be on drugs. Yes.
I actually think this is a good point.
As someone who has been medicated since they were 16, she needs drugs. Like you need drugs.
As someone who has a diagnosed anxiety disorder,
you need to get drugs.
Next episode, Marinette sees a therapist. That's what I mean. It's been a long time coming, honestly.
I love it.
This is our commentary for every show we cover. It's like maybe also, the main character should see a therapist.
Also, only like, and what's so funny is that like the only time that actually comes up and it kind of works out is like literally in Steven Universe when he goes to the doctor and they're like,
and he goes to therapy.
Okay? All your bones are broken. Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, Steven. Yeah, of course, Steven.
Literally crazy.
Yeah. So, speaking of, what do we think of the intro? The new intro.
Beautiful.
I feel like the big highlight is they almost kiss, and then they do kiss at the end.
They do
intro.
Kiss. I love it. It's so cute.
It's so cute.
Like, the new character designs, yada yada. I feel like the kiss, like, oh my gosh, that's a big difference from the old intro, of course.
But I also love too that like there's like the highlighting of all of her, like all of the friends with their Miraculouses and everything like that. Like I thought that was super cool. I loved that, and of course the only reason.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, and of course the only reason why I think that like Adrian not knowing the truth about what happened to like his dad and Hawkmoth and everything like that is going to be like a huge focus. Is why would you put it in the middle of the opener if it's not going to be important later?
Yeah, I mean, it's just certainly will be a big thing in the season. We get a group shot of them as of all civilians and then as heroes at the end. I want to look at the shot of them as civilians because we see a lot of the couples grouped together.
Okay, Alex is here. I'm confused.
Do you see Luca in the background?
Luca's there.
Luca's here sometimes.
Which one is Alex? Hold on, let's go through.
She's sitting.
Oh, she's crouching down. Yeah, why is Alex there? That is.
Like Alex, you're not supposed to be here.
Unless she is here.
Okay, and who's okay? So let's go through. So we have Marinette and Adrian in the middle. Okay. Then we have Alia and Nino on the sides.
Did Julica get a haircut?
Yes.
Julica's definitely looks different, and Rose looks different.
Sabrina got a haircut. I got really confused.
So a lot, yeah. Well, okay, I feel like her as the hero looked kind of similar, but this shot of her in the she looks very different here. I feel like
I literally know. I messaged when like she's saving the cat. I was like, "Is that supposed to be Sabrina?" Like I was like, "I'm confused."
Yeah, well, I didn't remember who the dog was, but Nino and Alia on the sides, and then Rose and Rose is clinging to Julica's arms. That's great.
Mm-hmm.
Then on the other side, we have Mark and Nathaniel, who are potentially holding hands behind Alex's head.
I think that's what it looks like. You could I could not have remembered that his name is Mark. Like it wasn't gonna happen.
I struggled with Nathaniel, not Mark. But
I remember Nathaniel. I was never gonna remember Mark.
Now, which one is the blue hair? Is that Nathaniel?
Oh, I don't know which one's which.
I feel he has like a cool tie-dye shirt on.
I think he's a cool tie-dye shirt, and they have good fits, both of them. To their left, we have Ivan and Mylene. Then
I remembered Mylene. I couldn't remember Ivan. I was like, I really hope someone else remembers.
No, I was
Ivan's
like,
holding
I
her from behind.
I was like, I'm gonna let you both struggle before I play. His name is Ivan.
He's like holding her from behind.
I kind of like the way Ivan looks in this. Like,
what I really like is that like they're kind of Ivan and Mylene are like the OG couple, and I just love them.
Yeah, they really are. And then to their left, the newest couple, we have Felix and Kagami. I guess Kagami's hand is on Felix's arm. That's the only couple.
Okay, so Sabrina is next to Zoe. Does that mean they're going to be a couple?
Okay, now we've arrived. Thank you. This is what I was getting at, Delaney.
But we also have Kim and what's his face standing next to each
other. Let's sort this.
Date. That's fine.
Let's sort the new polycule to the right of Rose and Julica. So we have Luca in the back. How dare they not give him a more prominent position? I am worried about Luca's design from this tiny shot, but we'll see.
Yeah, it doesn't look promising.
It doesn't look promising so far. Well, we might have to see what Luca thinks about his new hair at some point, but not yet.
Oh,
no.
We have Sabrina kind of crouching down with like pink sunglasses and new hair, and behind her is Zoe.
Maybe Zoe, Sabrina, and Luca are a throuple.
That would be a good throuple. And then to their right is Max and Kim. Yeah. So
by the way, Kim looks literally the same.
Yeah,
Kim actually does look the same. That's kind of wild. Yeah.
Honestly, the only difference. Kim looks like smaller, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, it's because he was so big for the reason.
I feel like the more chibi style makes them all kind of look smaller in some ways.
Yeah.
But so
I like Max's hair. I think they did a good job.
And then there's a black cat in front of the right side of the screen.
Because that's what she trips over.
Oh, in the beginning.
Yeah.
Okay, you're right.
I was gonna say that was in the OG beginning too.
Good callback, all the way at Origins. Yeah. So we've been saying who's gonna be Zoe's girlfriend after we learned Zoe likes girls last season, and so the closest girl to her is Sabrina. Right? Kind of. They're not like touching really necessarily in any way.
So the only single girls or people who are vaguely female shaped, like Alex,
That's an awkward way of saying that.
That is vaguely female. Well, I don't feel like maybe Alex could be non-binary. I don't know. It's Alex.
Yeah.
A lot of people also say Alex is Ace, so that could be a thing too.
Well, they can be girlfriends, and she can still be Ace. Like
yes. So. Agree. So, but I think Sabrina does seem the most promising for Zoe's girlfriend, but I still think that's weird considering she was obsessed.
It's super weird, but it'd be kind of funny, so I'm kind of about it.
Okay, also, we'll come back to that.
You would really
Sabrina replaces Chloe with Zoe.
Yes.
Also, it would make Chloe mad, and I think that's even better.
Also, can't help but notice that Chloe's not here.
My biggest problem with the intro, no Chloe, implying she's not going to be in the season.
No. She's going to be in the season. She's going to like FaceTime them and still be horrible.
That I can only
not even FaceTime. It's going to be an audio call.
Or it'd be really funny where Zoe like has like random like moments where she like gives people updates on like the nonsense Chloe's doing. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It would be that would be funny. Okay, let's go back to Marinette and Adrian, and then I want to talk about Lila. At the end, they end up going to the movie, and Marinette like falls asleep on him. So they have a good ending. They go to their 10th movie date or something. Like, why do they like every single? I feel like
I want to know what movie they were seeing. Normally, we know what movie they're seeing. I don't.
Yeah.
I need to know.
The movie is a good idea if Marinette doesn't know how to talk to Adrian. That's a good idea, but like, I feel like they've been together long enough. Like Marinette can go on other dates besides the ice cream.
Okay,
they went to the cafe.
Yeah, but
they did go to the cafe. That was good.
And they ordered pistachio and shrimp cookies.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, I don't know.
In France, maybe. I don't know.
I'm gonna Google it. Hold on.
That's pretty bad.
And hot chocolate. I was like, vomit. That's gross.
Yeah, that's an odd combination of flavors.
Marinette's copying Alia, and then she's copying the couple's order, couples around her, and then the order. So, the cafe. That is, I did like that they have the cafe.
I bet Adrian was like, "Oh, I'm kind of hungry. I kind of wanted a burger, Marinette. You just got me these shrimp cookies."
Yeah.
Yeah. Adrian has the model appetite, though. I think he's fine.
That's true. That's fair.
The good thing about the new animation is that we can visit other locations for once. I feel like is maybe a thing. Yeah. So I feel like they don't go to enough Paris cafes. That's like the thing Paris is probably known for. So like it's nice that they go there.
Is the Eiffel Tower going to be?
Oh, we haven't seen the Eiffel Tower in the new.
Are we even in Paris?
I can't tell.
I have no idea.
Okay, so I haven't seen anything about shrimp pistachio cookies, but there are a lot of shrimp pistachio pastas that exist in the world. So
that makes some more sense, I think.
Yeah.
But
which maybe they just made these up. They're like, "What's the nastiest combination?"
Yeah, they probably made it up.
Let us know, Thomas. Tell us.
Thomas, tell us. By the way, the real news. Actually, Thomas supposedly left Twitter. That's the big news. I need to go back to his Twitter and see if he. Did he actually? Has he stuck to it?
Did he leave Twitter? Yes. Is he on Blue Sky? Like, what's going on?
He's on Blue Sky.
He's on Blue Sky now.
Yeah. So it's been.
They're probably
wait. Literally, no. He tweeted yesterday. No, he didn't.
Rude.
Someone tweeted the new animation is gorgeous, and he said, "Told ya, wink." So no, Thomas. Okay, Thomas didn't.
Yeah, that lasted 2 minutes.
Okay. Thomas is currently trolling people who said bring back the old animation, which is me. So yes, Thomas, it looks good. You were right. Fix Adrian. Okay.
Fix Adrian. Thank you. Maybe we can have a episode where Adrian's like, because he's not a model anymore, he can do what he wants. So maybe he gets a haircut.
Get a new hairstyle. Yeah. Oh, that would be a good payoff. They had to stick with his hair, but now they'll do something better.
We could pick out so many good hairstyles for Adrian.
April's like, let me open Pit Crew real quick and start giving new hairstyles.
There's so many good hairstyles he could pull off.
Mullet, so many good.
Oh my gosh.
He can get a new haircut, and then we can do like a really cute, like he gets a new outfit.
Aww.
Yeah, that would be nice. Yeah, maybe honestly, Adrian makeover for Adrian. Yeah, it's I could say okay. The other thing, the main thing I forgot to say about the new animation style is that as much as I love the old style, the biggest benefit is we actually have new background characters in Ladybug.
You're right.
New people.
I was struck by all the different people in Ladybug, including, I feel like noticeably a lot more Black people in the background.
Like there was like on the bus and then or the streetcar or whatever.
The population of Paris has finally expanded.
Paris was stuck in 2016 for like a long 2015 for a long time. So we finally updated that. So yeah, no, and as much as I love the old style, I will say the background characters looked a lot better. So
yes,
yeah, that's probably the biggest thing to know, because that is like such a meme about Ladybug, and I love that meme. But it is kind of nice to see a new location, different background.
It's not as bad as season 1 of RWBY. Okay,
of course, of course not.
Oh, you know what we didn't get with the new animation? Transformation sequence.
Yes, we have not seen that yet.
Where is my transformation sequence? Just give me one, and I'll be content.
Marinette just transformed. They had the realistic version of it in this episode.
I guess.
Hello.
Give me one.
What's the point of my Magical Girl show if you're not going to repeat the animation 8 times? Where is it?
Maybe they're actually listening to us like Mysticons did and stopping doing so many transformation sequences.
Mysticons.
Mysticons! It hurts my soul.
We got Pantheon on Netflix. Let's get Mysticons on Netflix next. Okay.
Yes.
I forgot to say during my initial thoughts, my main actual evaluation of this episode, I will say, as much as it's a fun premiere, I'm liking the new style. I feel like this episode was fun, but probably worse than almost every season 5 episode. I don't know if you guys agree.
That's probably
because we're going back to basics.
Back to basics, right? It was back to basics. So it's not really its fault, because it's a simpler thing. Season 5 was so complex, so breakneck. This was less complex.
We're back at the beginning now, and so there's a lot of ground to cover. So there's like we can't do everything all at once.
So I accept, but to criticize the show for a second, we didn't need to go back to basics. This was a choice, and the first episode we see from that choice is worse than your incredible season 5. So I hope the complexity will ramp up sooner rather than later.
I do wonder if it's because of the new animation. Like maybe they're trying to like ease us into it.
I feel like it's an overall choice. It's like new animation. I think they're trying to it's like a real like conscious arc to start decision.
Yes.
And we don't just want to go so fast paced from the beginning of a new arc, but like it's season 6 of a new show. It's not season 1 of it's season 6 of the same show, not season 1 of a new show. So this was like a decision.
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, that is frustrating, but like I don't know. I feel like I'm taking it all in stride at this moment, because
I was stressed. Like for me, season 5, there was a lot happening. I actually like that we've slowed it down.
I was gonna say, I will say season 5 was there was a lot. Like every episode was just jam packed to the very last like millisecond, and so this is kind of like a breath of fresh air in a sense, because it's like, okay, like we don't have to like focus on what's Gabriel doing, is Natalie still alive, where's like Adrian? You know, is Felix running amok? Like, haha, running amok. I was not planning that. But like it's just kind of nice because it's like, okay, like we're figuring it out, like we're figuring out where we stand once again, and I don't know. I like that because season 5 was stressful. I was so stressed.
Yes, that's how
I'm still stressed. Like,
I'm like
two years later.
Really stressed this episode, and now I'm like, okay, this is good. I can live with this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. No, look, I accept
also,
two
I hate Lila. Anyway.
Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, I accept two, but like I'm hoping for better stuff from the dating, and yeah, we can still be not season 5 and still have more complexity, but it's episode 2.
I think we're gonna get there. We just like, and I don't think it's gonna take us 5 seasons to get there. Like that's the other thing. Like I'm also like taking into account is I'm like, okay, we are on season 6 of this show. Like, I think it's okay for us to breathe for a moment because like even season 4 was so full of stuff. Like,
so like I agree. It's okay to breathe. Will it take us 5 more seasons to get to an identity reveal?
No, absolutely not.
Identity reveal.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're like, you changed your tune. Yeah, of course. Okay. So that's the new them dating is the identity reveal. 5 more seasons.
But okay, but if well, we'll see how things progress. But if Marinette / Ladybug keeps up what she had been doing, I think Adrian would have put 2 and 2 together real quick.
He should have from this episode.
Okay, look, we know Adrian is not a smart boy. So
yeah. It's a very dumb couple. Okay. Let's talk about Lila. We don't get a lot of answers to like Lila, how Lila acts as the villain. We got more from the special. Now, this is the big thing. We don't know what happens in episode 1, but I feel like it comes across in this episode that episode 1's probably similar to this, and there's not a lot here because
they don't know anything.
Like Alia and Marinette don't know anything, but it also comes across like the audience is maybe supposed to be in the dark. That's the impression I get.
Which I kind of like. But I mean,
like we know who it is, but we don't know why she's doing it, other than she hates.
Yeah, it's almost
we still don't know what her wish was going to be in the special, and they specifically know we don't know her motivations here.
Well, and I think it's interesting because it's almost like the opposite of like Hawkmoth, right? Because in the beginning, very beginning, season 1 / almost season 2, we saw Hawkmoth, yes, but we did not know Hawkmoth. And so like we didn't know he was Gabriel. We were very like we were aware, but we were in the dark. And in this way, it's like we're in the light, but we're not aware. Does that make sense? Like
yeah, but it feels like a season 1 thing. I agree.
Yeah.
So what do we see from Lila here? So first of all, this isn't an episode.
She needs to be nice to Nuru.
Nuru's like frozen.
I was like, Nuru!
Yeah, so Lila's journaling. Journaling is a funny. She's like frantically scribbling with stacks of books around her. The butterfly Miraculous there and a frozen Nuru's there. That's the opening shot.
Mm-hmm.
So what is she writing down?
She's nuts. I don't know.
Yeah, I wish I could tell you. Well, I mean, we kind of got a hint that like the journaling thing is gonna be prevalent in the London special because she was very like
she does write down stuff
notes.
there. Yeah, she's taking a lot of notes.
I do, which part of it is because she acclimatizes herself. But then I think also like she doesn't have anyone to talk to.
Yeah.
This is her diary.
Yeah,
this is her.
She's writing, "Dear Diary.
I hate that Marinette so much. But do you know who I hate more? Ladybug."
Yeah, true. That's accurate.
Every day.
Lila Kumu the child. Then at the end, it's revealed she was at the cafe. We get that shot. Lila says, "You'll notably, this is what Delaney is referring to. She says, you'll know nothing about us, about them." And this isn't like her faking out the people she's akumatizing / Ladybug, because that's what you could argue that her doing all the voices and stuff is to hide her identity, which is the smartest thing that she's doing here. But it was very notable that to herself she says like, "You'll know nothing about us, you'll know nothing about them." That's that's what made me also think like Delaney, that does she have dissociative identity disorder? Like, is that where we're going with this? Because we've always known Lila has these disguises, but it's never seemed like it's different parts of her. It seemed like she's purposely like putting on a disguise. This was a very different Lila in this episode than even the London special. Like this was noticeably different.
It also makes me wonder if maybe there's something wrong with the Miraculous.
Ooh, yeah, like it could have gotten damaged.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now she's like wacko.
Very interesting.
Like, what if what if there's like a bleeding effect and it's like previous holders?
I thought that. Oh,
interesting.
Delaney, I love that we are in the same brain right now.
I can't believe Delaney loves Avatar past lives.
So Shut up! Why
did I knew you were gonna say something? Delaney wants Lila to have past lives. Wow.
Oh, I hate.
That's how we can see Hawkmoth. He talks to Lila. Oh my gosh, we need to see him.
Like part of himself is like imbued into the Miraculous. And
I actually love that.
Okay, hold on. So every time that, because even like with Ladybug, right? Like a little piece of them like carries over, especially like with Tiki. And so I wonder if like the butterfly Miraculous, it's taken all of these little bits and pieces of each holder, and with Gabriel, because it was never necessarily passed on to the next person, right? Like he died with it while still being the holder of it.
Yeah, and I don't think he renounced it.
Yeah, he never renounced it. And so I wonder if like there's still parts of him, but then it also got damaged in the whatever,
possibly.
And then it's so like all of those personalities are leaking out. It's like she's taking on the effects of a damaged Miraculous, but it's not the same as like it was with the Peacock one. Like it was damaged in a different way.
Yeah, maybe. Notably in the intro, we see all the iterations of Gabriel. So it's like he's apparently not in the season, but he's prominently in the intro. That's fun. But no, what if he's talking to Lila? I love this because I wanted AI Gabriel. But this is another version of the same concept.
This magic AI Gabriel.
It's still basically AI
the
Gabriel,
ghost of Gabriel.
Him. It's not him. It's just the him imbued in the Miraculous. Yeah, I love that. If he's talking to Lila, but I think basically like it seems like if they are going in like a dissociative direction with Lila, it seems just not how she was before. I will say it is more interesting. This is like inherently like Lila before is just like behaves very badly, and we vaguely kind of understand why and understand her circumstances. If she has like actual mental things happening, I feel like Delaney's gonna like her character so much more now.
That's also true.
So maybe they're course correcting, but maybe the
what if there's a nice Lila?
She has a nice personality. That would be cool. Lila. Well, nice Lila is what she pretends to be in previous seasons, and
I don't know that she was very nice.
She doesn't succeed. So so we didn't get a lot. There's a lot to speculate about here, but what are the voices she's hearing? There's the distinction between she's presenting various voices in order to distract from her identity, but then it does seem like there's some credibility to they're actually different voices in her head.
Well, and what is it like the DID thing and like taking the notes tracks, because I think if I remember correctly from like group, because there was someone in my group who had DID, and they were recommended to take notes whenever they felt like the personality shifts, because then they could like understand each person, like each identity, like, you know what I mean? Like help understand each identity and things like that.
That's really great to bring to the yeah. So regardless of whether she is one person at a time and taking notes to understand when she's like a different person, or if she just hears a bunch of things and is trying to like make sense of it all, it might make sense either way to write it down. Yeah,
kind of like whenever people are like haunted, in a sense.
Yeah. It does come across maybe like she's haunted. It was just one scene. Other than this one scene, though, like everything else can be explained away by she's disguising herself, right? So we'll have to see more because we're speculating a lot from not much. And I will. Okay, another thing is not revealed in the episode, but if you watch the credits at the end, we get the list of voice actors, and Lila's voice actor is credited as playing Chrysalis.
Chrysalis. So is that going to be the name of her villain?
So that is very likely her villain
name, Chrysalis. That's so good. I like that.
Is Chrysalis butterfly or I feel like we went over this. Chrysalis is the pupa stage of a butterfly. Yes. Okay, interesting.
So she's going to transform into her most evil self.
That's good. So the credits like follow the stupid rules of the show where if it's Ladybug, they call her Ladybug. So like she's not Lila in the credits because she's actually her villain form Chrysalis. So more to come on our Chrysalis here.
I love it. I'm so excited about that name. That's a good one.
Oh, and the other thing with Lila is it's an Ultra Kuma now.
Yeah.
Yes. Ultra Kuma.
Ultra Kuma.
When she said what part of it is she says Ultra Kuma? I was like Ultra Kuma. Like what?
Oh, because Marinette says it.
Yeah. She says
no more even leaving for you, Ultra Kuma.
I was like, what?
Yep.
I guess Mega Kuma, so it makes sense. I'm just like, what? I don't. For some reason,
we gotta keep progressing. What's more?
I think Mega is better than Ultra. I don't know. Maybe not. What's it? Pokemon has an answer to this, but
I feel like Pokemon has an answer.
Yeah, it's true.
Delaney, what do you think of Ultra Kuma's? Also, what do you think of the new butterfly design? If you saw it.
I don't know if I really noticed the new butterfly design. Ultra Kuma's fine. That's cool.
Here's a question, Delaney. Does Lila also have real butterflies that she's taking?
Well, that's what Thomas said. They're real butterflies.
Well, that's what he said. Because Gabriel had like a butterfly garden, right? So how is Lila getting her butterflies?
She's out there catching them with a net.
Like Animal Crossing style. I don't know. Yeah. I really don't know. Also, she's in some dark bunker. I don't know.
Yeah. Right? It seems like it's potentially a different room because we talked in the special podcast about she's in the same room as at the end of season 5. This might be a new room, but it's stacked with books, so it's hard to tell right now.
Yeah. Also, what was that lightning at the end of season 5?
Okay, let's go over a quick last major thing. Let's go over things that this episode did not touch on. What the lightning is. We have no idea.
No idea.
Here's a big one. We're supposed to be in utopian Paris now.
No, we're not.
How did that really manifest here? The bridges are breaking and stuff. I feel like this isn't the utopia we're promised.
There are electric streetcars.
So we did see the streetcars. Okay.
Yes.
The thing is, we haven't seen their school yet, and that was the new concept school. So we haven't seen that. There was one point when
their new school, but they're all still going to be in the same classes together.
Of course. And we see some more greenery, but overall, it felt like a similar Paris to me.
Yeah.
It
did.
We don't see Natalie being alive. We don't see Adrian being in Natalie's care. We don't see. Oh yeah, and we did see Adrian with the double ring, so he has possession of his.
Also,
his rings.
He was just taking the streetcar with everyone else. Where is Gorilla?
Yeah, where's Gorilla? That's a good point.
Maybe he's on vacation. He deserves it.
Yeah, maybe Natalie's like, you can go be a normal kid.
Yeah. She's like, I don't feel the need to be overprotective.
Because we know Gorilla transferred contracts during the fairy tale to Gabriel from Felix's dad. Yeah, maybe he's freed now. But there's just a lot we didn't see. We don't see the classes. So, and the thing I wanted to say before with them, them acting Marinette doesn't know how to act around Adrian. It's just such a big contrast from that scene at the very end of season 5 where Marinette tells Adrian he's free and they kiss. It's a big contrast.
And when it matters, she can do it, but like any other time, no.
Yeah, that's what you said. Yeah, I think it's true, and she's time to think about stuff. So yeah, it's a fair point. Delaney, what else from the episode did you want to touch on?
I liked seeing everyone like being superheroes. I like that.
Yeah, getting how about the touches of everyone being a hero?
Rule. We mentioned it, but the Marinette's new rule of you can turn into a hero at any point to just do something random, except for if there's an Akuma, then I have to coordinate, basically, is what I got.
Yeah. And it was more so like, don't engage, like, until I show up, which I honestly is smart.
I think it's smart, but I think that's cool that they can actually use their powers for good and all the time now. It was cool.
And I guess she allowed Alia and Nino to know who each other. Well, I guess they already knew who each other was, so.
Yeah, it's noticeable that Adrian knows who Alia and Nino are.
Knows both of them too.
I was really confused. I was like, what?
Yeah, apparently this happened during season 5. You almost get the impression that everyone knows who Alia and Nino are, but I guess they're blocking the transformation on the bus or whatever. So,
well, technically,
I guess not.
Everyone knows who all of them are because of whenever Marinette became the holder and Chloe, was it Chloe? Yeah, it was Chloe who made them all reveal themselves.
A few of them, definitely get revealed specifically. Yeah, that's true. I don't need to dig into it, but this thought just occurred to me. Do all the classmates not know that the other classmate is the hero that they are? So they're all like friends at school, and then they're also friends as heroes, but they don't know it's the same people.
Yeah.
Yep. That's correct.
Yeah, that just struck me, and it's so stupid.
It's hilarious. I love it.
It just
except Alia and Nino. Everyone knows
except them. Alia and Nino. Sudden and Adrian knows about them, and Marinette knows about them, but they don't know who they are. Oh yeah, so Alia and Nino say about Marinette, or who says? Adrian says we don't need to be superheroes to be a super couple.
But they're literally Ladybug and Cat Noir anyway.
Yeah, literally superheroes.
They don't know it.
Just sometimes you're struck by a new aspect of the show's silliness, and that's
Sometimes I'm just like, I hate this show. It's stupid.
The show's still calling out we don't like, oh, what if Marinette had a thing in common like we did? Like they're Ladybug and Cat Noir.
Cat Noir.
Oh my gosh. April, what else from the episode?
I will say, because I guess I just need to go like confirm it with myself in the credits, but Kagame as Ryoku did not sound the same.
You mentioned when you watch one person didn't sound the same. When I was rewatching, I was like, oh, it's Kagami, but no, I thought that too once I was looking for it, but I checked the credits. It is her. At least she's credited as the same voice actress.
I was gonna say, because she didn't sound the same at all, and I was just like, did they recast? I'm confused.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because that her voice actress also plays the little girl, who is a big girl here.
So cute. Also, okay, that little girl looked like Isha, and I wanted to cry. So.
Oh well, not looking good for her then.
Oh
no. Should we talk more about Deputy Lady? I think it's very funny. She makes her Deputy Lady. I think it makes sense though. Oh, here's the big thing we can talk about. Once if you become Ladybug, you'll have access to all my wait. No, I think she has access to all her memories now with the Kwagatama. Is that right?
Yes.
So you just get.
But I think it's one of those like use it if you have to kind of. You know what I mean?
It's not like she always. Yeah, I guess if she specifically taps into it because she needs to like find something from the past. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Ladybug Marinette's gonna always be with Alia, Delaney.
Yep.
This is a true. I think that's a true. But yeah, that was like, wow, she's access to all of her memories. But that's nice. She gives her the Kwagatama, Deputy Ladybug. Feels natural from the progression we've seen for sure. Okay, Delaney, final thoughts on Illustrator. Hater.
I really enjoyed it, and I'm excited for more Ladybug, and I'm just happy it's back.
Weekly, despite not us getting episode 1. Very exciting. It's going to be weekly for a while.
I'm excited. Also, I think it not airing in order right away is messing with my DVR, and it made me mad.
Because it probably did confuse your DVR.
Classic.
Yeah, well, because I have it set to record any new episodes of Ladybug, and it's like, yes, I understand my mission, and then I went to go check the schedule, and it didn't have it on there, and I was like, you did not understand the mission, but it does have it set to record episode 1 in the future, so I don't think it recognizes these episodes as new ones because episode 1 hasn't been.
Yeah.
I was mad about that. Classic DVR Ladybug shenanigans.
Yeah. Good. April, final thoughts.
I'm pumped. This is gonna be good. That's all I got.
Nice. Yeah, I hope so. Hope it's gonna be a fun season. So it was fun. A lot to who will Kagami's mom? How will Kagami's mom come into play? Right. So still a lot to come here.
Much.
Hoping to see fun Marinette and Adrienne dating stuff after this. Now that the Marinette has it more together.
Well, we're working on it. Okay.
Not that this wasn't fun. Fun in a different way.
Yes.
So let us know what you thought of the Illustrator. And if you agree that we should wait till episode 1, weigh in until that airs. So that is tentatively the plan. So a month from now, we could talk about the next 4 episodes after episode 1 airs and leave the context of episode 1. I'll probably watch episode 3, and then the second it feels like I missed something, I'll stop. I feel like,
Yeah,
but it would be nice to watch it weekly. So shrug, but I think a lot of people who listen want to watch. I think a lot of people who listen want to watch it in order. So this is going to be different. But after this, hopefully, we'll go in order for the podcast. At least
there's no way that we could have not podcast. I mean, we could have not podcasted this episode.
We would have had to wait till 5 episodes to air.
Yeah,
we could have, which we could have done. But it's just like it aired on Disney US. It's exciting, So
yeah,
there you go. Okay, so that's it on Illustrator, and look out for our next Ladybug podcast. Make sure you subscribe either to the Miraculous Ladybug feed, search Miraculous Ladybug Overly Animated, or the general Overly Animated feed, or you can subscribe to us on YouTube, youtube.com/overly animated. This one was not on video, but sometimes we do podcasts on video. You can also find our Avatar Rewatch podcast that we've been doing. And April, Delaney's been on those. April's a guest appearance as well. April is on our Arcane podcast. If you're an adult, check that out. All that at overlyanimated.com. If you enjoyed this, consider becoming a patron to support us at patreon.com/overlyanimated. Thanks to our current patrons, especially our patron of the podcast, Phonician, and thanks to our patron executive producer, Steve, Michael, and Phonician. Be back to cover the next group of Ladybug episodes, probably, but plans could change. But it was exciting.
We'll see.
Season 6 is back. Let us know if you're listening, guys. Leave comments, leave a review. We'd love to hear from you. That's it. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.